What's up guys, this is KJ Limited and today I have another discussion video for you guys, and this topic is if there will be flow motion in Kingdom Hearts 3. So if you're not familiar with what flow motion is, flow motion was introduced in Kingdom Hearts Dream Wrap Distance, and is basically where Sora and Riku can basically fly around the environment, bounce off walls, and use it in their battle system too. So you could kind of go around a lamppost and hit it against Dream Eaters and things like that. Kind of hard to explain, but that's basically what it is. And it was really flawed in my opinion in Dream Wrap Distance. Sure, it was cool to use it, but it was really OP, meaning you could just like really spam it and use it all you want and kill all the enemies, and that's what I saw myself doing. So whenever there was a crowd of enemies in Dream Wrap Distance and I kept on dying, I just resorted to flow motion. I just kept on bouncing off the walls, just smack down, and right when I was done that, bounce off the wall again, smack down again, go around a pole, hit with flow motion. I saw myself overusing flow motion a lot, and the reason is they never had a meter or a bar for it. So if they added that, I think it'd be better, and it's just really OP because another thing, they never really limited it in any way. So for example, if you bounce off a wall and went straight in the air, you could literally keep doing that, bounce off a wall, go higher until you reach the limit of the world. So you could go on literally in terms of vertical space, you go on any building, any hill, anything like that, since there was no limit. So I'm going to be talking about how they could kind of fix it and put it in Kingdom Hearts 3 to make it better. And the reason I'm talking about flow motion is because they kind of did show it already in the Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal trailer. It isn't called flow motion anymore, but and I'm not talking about attraction flow. Attraction flow is a whole different thing with the rides, but I'm talking about flow motion. And they showed in the Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal trailer, Sora is running away from a shadow. He bounces off the wall and does kind of like a flip type spin thing and lands. So yeah, that's kind of similar to flow motion, but it looks a lot more realistic. There isn't any of that weird purple effect like you have superpowers. It's just honestly a bit more realistic, more like parkour. So that's what I'm basically talking about, parkour in Kingdom Hearts 3 and how it could be done. So yeah, let's get started. So my ideas of how flow motion should be in Kingdom Hearts 3, again, I'm going to be calling it parkour most of the time, but it should be a lighter version of flow motion, which it probably is going to be. As I said from the trailer they showed, it was a nice like wall jump, and by the looks of it, once you wall jump, it's not like you could just like fly and wall jump again. They're not like in the dream world anymore, so it's more realistic. So one wall jump is one wall jump, that should be the limit. You should only be able to do one wall jump and you shouldn't be able to do it again unless you land on the ground. So yeah, that's first pick to limit it. And another thing I think would be pretty awesome if you could maybe vault or somehow get over small obstacles. So in Kingdom Hearts 3, I hope that they make the environments a bit more complicated, a bit more intricate. So it won't just be flat ground. Maybe there's like, for example, in Twilight Town, maybe they could just have like cardboard boxes, litter, whatever they have like on the ground. If there's some bigger items, you could probably like get over it. So if you're running, I don't want like Sora to go through it. Obviously, I don't want him to go through the item. And at the same time, I don't want him just to get blocked by the item if there is something in the way. So if there's like some small object in front of me, he would probably kind of like vault over it, because that is pretty realistic in a way. In real life, when people do have obstacles in the way, especially in terms of parkour, they do just like jump right over it or just vault. And I know what you guys are saying, why can't you just jump over it? But it will be kind of a nuisance, as you know. You can't always jump all the time. Like in certain circumstances, if there's like a lot of items in your way and they're really close together, you won't be able to jump over all of them. So vaulting would just be something that that will automatically happen, I think, or it would be in terms of a reaction command. So for example, if there's an item in front of you and you're running, either it vaults automatically for you, or when you're near it, it tells you to press triangle and you vault over it. I think the reaction command way will be a bit better, so it's not as more of a passive experience. It's an experience where you actually have to do something, and I think it'd be pretty awesome in my opinion to have vaulting like that. Another thing I thought of is to make it more platform-like. As you know, Kingdom Hearts doesn't have the best platforming, so I think this could make it a bit better. As you know, some games such as Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter, I don't know if they have it in those games for sure. Sly, I'm pretty sure they have it. Sometimes on buildings or on walls, they have like pipes sticking out, and they use it to their advantage. So they like hang on and they could swing on it, and then they could go jump and go to another platform. So I think if they added something like that in Kingdom Hearts, it would be something cool. It's kind of like similar to flow motion, like I said, but a more died down version, because it is much more realistic in real life. Like I said, people who do parkour do that. If there's a pipe, or like in terms of Kingdom Hearts, maybe they're in a forest and if there's a branch sticking out, they could just grab on, swing, and just jump. So I think they could also add swinging, so I think that'd be a pretty cool idea. Another idea I think would be really cool and would help getting around is wall running, especially if you're in an area where you're already on a high place. So say if you're on a building or something, or you're just in a higher environment wherever you are and you want to get to another building but you can't make the distance like by jumping. But if there was a wall connecting the two buildings, you could just wall run. And I don't want like a unrealistic amount of wall run, like you wall run for like 10-20 seconds. That's kind of retarded. But wall run for maybe like 2 seconds maybe, then maybe you could jump, wall jump, and maybe make the distance. I think that'd be pretty cool, and it is an awesome way to get around in the environment, especially even if you're on the ground. And maybe they could use wall running for fighting. Like I said, flow motion, you could connect it with fighting. It was part of the battle system. Maybe when you're on the ground, you wall run, then you could do a combo where it hits the enemies. I don't know how it would be incorporated, but I think wall running would be pretty cool. It helps getting around places faster and could be incorporated into the battle system. So I think wall running should also be a part of the parkour in Kingdom Hearts 3. And this one is a maybe. I don't know if they should add this or not. This is kind of a little unrealistic, but again, this is a video game, so you should add something like this. But maybe on certain edges, maybe Sora can grind with the shoes. If you ever played Ratchet and Clank, any of the games, they really had this cool feature when there was this thing called a grind rail, where Ratchet would basically stand on the rail and it would grind, and there'd be kind of like a mini game type thing. Maybe there's enemies, you have to like hit them, or you would have to dodge them. Maybe they could have some edges like that where Sora could have to grind on the edges with the shoes. I'm explaining it really weirdly, but yeah, maybe they could have something like that. This one I'm not sure about. I'd be okay with without this feature, but if they do add it, I'd be kind of okay with it. But it really depends. I wouldn't really want it in every type of scenario. Maybe there's just like 1 or 2 parts of the game where you need it to do go away from a boss, maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah, grinding maybe could be just incorporated in some parts of the game. I wouldn't want it everywhere. It'd be kind of annoying just grinding everywhere. I'd rather just like run or dodge roll, quick run, whatever it is. But yeah, grinding maybe is just an idea I really want to bring up, since this is the discussion video, just getting all my ideas out. Other than these elements such as wall running, grinding, swinging, vaulting, wall jumping, I don't think there should be any more, because as you know, some games which are based around parkour, they get really oversaturated with parkour elements and it just doesn't turn out good. For example, like Assassin's Creed, I'm going to use that as an example. I'm not too fond of the series anymore. I used to like it, but the parkour isn't fun anymore. And when you oversaturate it and make the game around parkour, it just isn't fun anymore, and the player always wants to use parkour and it just doesn't turn out good. And that brings me to my next point. Whenever Sora does use parkour elements, or whenever he does use it, whenever he does wall jump, whenever he wall runs, it shouldn't feel restricted. You should be able to use it wherever you are. In Assassin's Creed, I've played it, the new ones, it feels so restricted. This is a point I can't really explain, but when you just use it, it's just so buggy and restricting. It just feels weird. You can't really control where he's going exactly, and it just feels odd. I can't explain it more than that, but if you've played the game, you probably know what I'm saying. Assassin's Creed feels restricted. Not only Assassin's Creed, there are many other games which have parkour that feel restricted. I don't want Kingdom Hearts to be anything like that. If they do make parkour and it does feel restricted, I rather have that they don't put parkour in at all. Just more of a free-form experience. And my last idea of how parkour should be in Kingdom Hearts 3, maybe there could be some kind of system where you level up. As you know, you could level up your levels. There's drive from leveling up. Maybe there could be a separate leveling up for your parkour, which could be the EX bar. I think that's what it was in the trailer. There's like an orange bar. I think it said EX. I can't remember. I'm not looking at the trailer right now. But maybe that bar is for leveling up parkour. Maybe it could be the limit bar for parkour. Maybe when that is up, you can't wall jump. Maybe you can't do vaulting. I don't know how it would work, but maybe that's how you level up. Maybe that's how you use parkour. And so once you level up, maybe you get a new move. Maybe right from the start, Sora is an experience and he could only say just like play normally like in Kingdom Hearts 2, and say he levels up his parkour, then maybe he could just start wall jumping. He levels up more, he could start vaulting. He levels up, he'll learn swing, and like that he could progress through the game. And I think that'd be pretty cool, and could really level up more like that. And by the end of the game, he could be like friggin' invincible. He could get around anywhere he wants, but maybe not as much as flow motion still, because it was even said that Sora is invincible at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. I think Tetsuya Nomura or Taiyu Sui said that in an interview sometime. I can't remember when or who it was, but yeah, they said he feels really invincible at the end. Maybe they could have been talking about this too, because Kingdom Hearts isn't only about fighting. Sure, you could be invincible in terms of fighting, but you could also be invincible in terms of getting around places. Like Kingdom Hearts 2, at the start you just have to run everywhere, but by the end we're all gliding, we're all quick running, we're dodge rolling, we're getting around much faster. And maybe in a similar way with parkour, you're doing that in Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Sorry if I kind of rambled along on some topics, but yeah, this is a discussion video. Just want to get my ideas out. Remember, you can join the discussion below. So if you have any idea how you would want flow motion in Kingdom Hearts 3, put down in the comments down below. If you want it like Green Drop Distance, tell me why. If you don't want it at all, tell me why. If you want it like me, tell me why in the comments below. So hope you guys enjoyed this discussion video. Remember to leave a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and remember the possibilities for Kingdom Hearts are unlimited. Later.